Hey, what's up guys, welcome to this squad builder with me, your boy FIFA 1 HD, where we're going to be putting together an unbelievable Bundesliga team that comes in at around the 450k mark. It is a little bit expensive, but my god is it so effective. Great players in both defence, the midfield and the strikers are incredibly deadly, so it will score you a lot of goals, but it will also prove very effective at keeping them out. Now before we get into the squad builder, as always guys, if you do enjoy the video, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe as well, and if you have any questions at all about the squad, the players that I've used, maybe some suggestions for improvements, leave all of that in the comments below as I love reading what you guys have to say. So without further ado, we're going to kick off in goal with the 84 rated Champions League Baumann. This guy in goal is absolutely solid. I didn't want to go out and spend loads of money on Neuer, but this is the next best thing for me. He is a fantastic goalkeeper in the game, very agile, very good with his diving, handling, his reflexes are also spot on, and he has very strong positioning. He is let down a little bit by his kicking and speed, but to be honest, I had no issues with those areas at all. I found it to be a great shot stopper, really big, filled the goal well, kept the ball out the back of the net, and his distribution was pretty neat and tidy, which is really all you can ask for. Now at right back, we're going to go ahead and put in Toljan from Borussia Dortmund. This guy is incredibly OP, very cheap. 91 pace is absolutely exceptional. Brilliant for any fullback, especially when you don't have wingers like we don't with this 4-3-1-2 formation. He gets up and down the pitch really well. While his defence and physicality may put a few people off, he is actually pretty decent. His pace more than makes up for his defensive skills. He is able to hurry people down the line, keep them away from goal and make a few good tackles along the way too. I found him very effective in those defensive areas and also really good going forward. Now our centre-back partnership will consist of Tar and Naldo, and we'll start off by talking about Tar because this guy is absolutely insane. His pace isn't the most amazing, but 71 in FIFA 19 is actually really good, and I found him to be pretty quick. He was able to catch some of the fastest strikers and even wingers, and then make some very good tackles too. His defence and his physicality are what I love about this card. So strong both on the ground and in the air, wins tons of headers both in your box and your opponents, and his overall reading of the game just proves exceptional. Naldo is very similar in a lot of ways, although he isn't quite as quick as he used to be. 63 pace overall though is very usable. I found him to feel a lot quicker in game as well. But what I really loved about him was just his overall defensive play. 87 on the defence is incredible, means he's always in the right areas, makes tons of great interceptions, brilliant with his tackle timing. No matter where he is on the pitch, he will be able to win the ball back for you, making great tackles and great defensive play time and time again. He isn't the strongest and most physical player overall in the game, but I must admit he feels much higher than the 74 would suggest. Now completing the defence is one of my favoured left backs from the Bundesliga over the past few seasons, and that is Wendel. Very quick in a very similar vein to Toljan. 86 overall is incredible, and he has some really nice stats going forward. 73 on his passing and 78 on his dribbling means that he can definitely get forward and use the ball wisely, which he did time and time again for the team. You'll actually see in some of the goals that we show later on that he was very vital in starting off those attacks. While he didn't maybe claim the assist at the end of it, he definitely got the team moving and got the ball high up the pitch into the players that can really make a difference. Now we're going to go ahead and put in our three midfielders now, and we're going to go for Goretzka, Javi Martinez, and then Tiago. But we're going to start off by talking about Goretzka first. This card is definitely one of the most OP central midfielders you can buy in the game. He really is good at everything. Some incredible stats as you can see. 83 on the pace means he glides across the pitch. He will get into attacking areas. He'll be able to recover and get into defensive areas to help out the team. He really can trap people. He can burst into space when he needs to. I just love that pace to his game. It was really good. Meant that he was very mobile and very effective in game. And that is also backed up by the fact that he has such good stats with and without the ball. Good shooting, very nice passing and dribbling, really comfortable on the ball, and then he has some really good defence and physicality too to make some great tackles when needed and then get the ball forward to the players that can really hurt your opponent. Javi Martinez may not be everyone's first pick for any team, to be quite honest, but I must admit this guy is much more usable now that he's a central midfielder. I never liked his cards at centre back. I thought they were always too slow. But this guy as an anchor to the midfield is absolutely exceptional. 85 rating overall. Yes, he isn't a great player going forward. You know, he doesn't have the pace. His shooting is pretty weak. And even his passing isn't actually quite good enough to be playing higher up the pitch. But it's usable for where you're going to need him. If you tell him to sit in front of that back four, he will do a fantastic job, as he did for me, because he's got 87 defence, which is absolutely phenomenal. He's really tall, he's good aerially, great physicality to his game at 84 overall, which means he's very difficult to get past. Yes, he may not be the most mobile in the world, but holding that position in front of the back four, around that D at the edge of the box, you have a great shield in front of your back four and goalkeeper that will mean you will keep tons and tons of clean sheets. Now we move on to the third of the three central midfielders with Tiago. 73 pace overall is really neat and tidy. He's got very good finishing at 74. I must admit that feels so much better in game. He scored some absolute worldies for me. Great finishing, lovely curve to his shots, and really intelligent runs late into the box. Where he really excels, however, is definitely with his range of passing and his incredible dribbling. He's got really good vision. He can find anyone on the pitch and he can get tons and tons of assists for the team, which I absolutely love. Lovely, neat and tidy passing. Everyone in this team is very comfortable on the ball from front to back, which I absolutely love. And Tiago typifies that to no end. He's actually pretty decent in defensive situations as well. While his stats may not suggest that and you'll never be using him actively in that role, he can definitely track back, make some good tackles and get the ball back for your team, which is always a nice addition to any card. Now we move on to the cam position now, and a vital role for this team fulfilled by Rodriguez. James Rodriguez is a brilliant player and well worth the investment in coins. 88 overall. This guy with the ball at his feet really makes the team tick. He is absolutely exceptional. His pace maybe isn't quite as quick as you would like, but he operates in the right areas, so that's not too much of an issue. And when he has the ball, he is absolutely insane, because he's got 86 on the shooting, which any striker would be jealous of, and then he has 88 passing and 86 dribbling thrown into boot, meaning that he is a very tricky customer in and around the box. He will get a lot of goals, but even more assists, especially when he's feeding the front two that we have in this team, the first of which being Timo Werner, who, while isn't maybe the most high rated or rare card on the market today, he is definitely one of the best. So overpowered with that 93 pace, 79 on his shooting and very good dribbling at 82. He proved for me easily one of the best players in his team, yet definitely one of the cheapest too, which is incredible. He scored me so many goals that I actually had to leave some out of this squad builder, which is incredible. Such a great range to his finishing, always making great runs in behind. I love this guy in front of goal. He operated really well and proved very deadly. Now our final player completing the lineup, and definitely one of the most expensive players even on the game in general, especially for an 86 rated inform, will be putting in inform Royce. Now this card is insane. Now you might have his player of the month card, which is also in the same position and rated a little bit higher, but for a tradable option I've gone for this 86 rated card, and it is incredible. Great pace, lovely to have him in that striker position outright, so you don't have to compromise on chemistry, and my god is he worth investing in, because he is brilliant in front of goal, electric with his pace, gets in behind all the time, brilliant with his dribbling at 87, very good at keeping the ball close to him, beating a man, and then when he's in front of goal with that 88 shooting, he is incredibly lethal from both inside and outside the box. He will score you some brilliant long range screamers, which I absolutely loved, which make this card feel so special, but it'll also do the clinical 1v1 finishing too. He is just an absolute gem in this game, very effective, will score you a ton of goals, especially with the link-up play with Werner and especially from Rodriguez, who will play these two in time and time again. So now we're going to have a look at the custom tactics, and as you can see we have the defence on press after possession loss, so they can get after your opponent but they won't overdo it with a loss of stamina if they're always pressing. The width we have at 4, so not too wide but still enough width to exploit those areas when needed. Depth there at 5, so not massively deep, but enough that you can still counter-attack with ease. We have the offensive style on possession, so a slower build-up, but really taking advantage of the great range of passes that we do have in that midfield. Width again at 4 bars, Players in the box there really high at 7 because we do have that possession based style game where it is a little bit slower, meaning that we can get a lot more players into the box when needed. Corners we have also pretty high at 4 bars and free kicks there at 3. In terms of the player instructions, we have Marco, Royce and Timo Werner on stay central and get in behind. We have James Rodriguez on stay forward. On both Tiago and Goretzka we have a balanced attack and cover wing. On Javi Martinez we have stay central and cover centre. And then on the 2 fullbacks we have join the attack. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys. If you did, please hit that like button. If you have any questions at all, ask away in the comments below, and peace.